Hi everyone, welcome back to Crafting at Whimsy Wonderland. My name is Stacy. Now, if you'll remember on my last video, I made these Oh For Peeps Sake signs. I did go ahead and antique this one, as you can see, just to kind of make it a little more farmhouse. But in that video, I told you I would be painting something else on the back side of these signs. So that's what I'm here to do today. So the back side is just black. Now, if you missed my last video, I will link it in the comment section or in the description box below. But this is what I started with. It's a block from Hobby Lobby from the wedding department. It's marked $1.74, but I got it on a sale even better than that, so I think it cost me about $1. And it measures 5 inches wide by 10 inches long, and it's a good inch and a half maybe thick. Okay, so it's just a solid piece of wood that I'm using. Okay, now also for this, you're going to need, for what I'm doing, 7 colors of paint. And all of these multi-surface colors came as an Americana set from Walmart. It's multi-surface, so I have Atlantis, Summer Sky, Mermaid Parade, Cabana Stripe, and Light Yellow. And then I needed a couple more colors, and I wanted something a little brighter. So I've got an Apple Barrel Pink Parfait, and that's from Walmart, and then a Craft Smart from Michael's, and this is Grape Taffy. Okay, so I just kind of went through the colors I had, and I grabbed 7 colors that said spring to me. I've got my boards, and you can't really see, but I used some cheap contact paper from the Dollar Tree, and I've cut out my stencil. I like to use the cheap Dollar Tree contact paper because the stencils will then lay down and stick to your piece of wood. Okay, and what I'm going to be using is the outside piece. So I'm trying to peel it off without stretching it too much, because if you stretch it too much, then it makes it hard to put it back on in place. Okay, and it's just starting to be messy. Okay, I'm going to peel a little bit from the other edge. The hardest part is getting all the letters loose, especially all these little pieces that go down inside of a letter. What this says is hashtag spring. I just wanted something cute and simple to put on the back side of my sign. So because Easter is kind of a short season, and so I thought, oh, let's just put something on there. And I made this one to fit kind of close to the edges. So after I cut it, I used a ruler and I cut the 2 stencils apart, trying to keep the upper piece straight so that I could just lay it down. Okay, so start at one side, try not to stretch it, and get it to lay down. The reason I like these is because all these little tiny pieces are now sticking to the board. It's fairly centered, it's a little low, but that's okay. And then you have to go back and peel out the centers of like the hashtag. So I just come and grab it up and stick it in there. Just kind of guess where they go, and if they're not perfect, it doesn't usually matter all that much. And then there's the P. Now I could have, used the letters on the other sign and done a spring sign where you, yeah, that'll work, where you put the letters down and then you paint over the letters and peel the letters off. I thought about doing that, but I wanted to be able to use lots of different colors. I'm going to have a different color on each letter. Now, it's not going to really go that great with the farmhouse bunny on the other side, but you're only going to see one side at a time because that's what you'll be displaying. So put down all of your centers. Make sure everything is stuck down really, really well. Okay, I'm going to get the other one on, and then I will show you how I'm going to paint this. Okay, so I have my stencils on, and I don't know if you can see this, but the letters are left behind. So I can use this as another stencil on another project. So I'm going to save those. And if you'll notice here, I have a little triangle cut out. That's because on the Brothers scanning cut, you can do a test cut before you cut the whole design to make sure that you have all of the pressures on the needle, on the blades and things set correctly to cut the way you want it to. So that's why that's on there, and I'm just going to cover it up with a piece of blue painter's tape. Now I need to figure out how I want my colors to go. I think I'm going to start out with my dark green, and then my blue, and then my purple, and then the teal. I don't want to end with a yellow, so I think that's the way I'll go. You can print or paint them however works for you and for your color scheme. Okay, so before I start, I want to make sure that I have all of my things that I need at hand, because I want to get this painted, and then I want to be quick about getting the colors, or getting the stencils off so that it doesn't peel up my paint. Now, usually when I stencil, I go over and I would paint all of these letters black, but I don't think I really need to do that. So I've got my paint brushes handy, and I'm going to give these brushes from the Dollar Tree a try. They're kid brushes, but I'm just going to see how they work. And I've got a basket over here to put all my dirty paint brushes in so I can take them and wash them out, because like I said, I want to work quickly on this. So I'm opening my first color, which is Mermaid Parade. I'm going to see how this brush works. I am just going to dab, kind of, well, maybe I'll just kind of paint. I just don't want to lift up my stencil at all, but it shouldn't be a problem. And then I'm just painting this one letter because I want each one to be a different color. Make sure you have a trash can handy to put your used up stencil in. Peel at an angle and peel slowly. I'm going to worry about the big pieces, and then I'll go back and get the little ones. I love this part. It's like the moment of truth. Oh, I'm loving the way this is looking. Okay, very carefully go in for those little pieces. Make sure you wipe off the end of your tool after each piece, because you might have a little paint on there and you don't want paint transfer happening. Got a little bit of bleeding, so I probably should have painted black before I did this, but that's okay. I'm not happy that you can't see the colors very well. Let me hold this up close and see if you can see. There, that's a little better. Give it some shade on there. So I've got a teal, and then a light blue that's almost white, and then I've got a light purple on the P. The R is like a minty teal green that's a little lighter than the first one. Then I've got yellow on the I, a mint green on the N, and a pink on the G. Okay, now all I need to do is let those dry, and then I ended up having a double-sided sign. Now when I painted this, I put the blue tape on the side, on the corners, edges, because I wanted it to stay black, and so I'll have to peel those off as well. But I'm loving this little hashtag spring sign. Okay, so it makes it a twofer sign. Really, you can get 2 signs out of 1 base. So I cut this stencil on my Brother Scan and Cut using the half cut option to make it a stencil. And I got the graphic off of a website that I subscribe to, so that whatever I use is either discounted or free. But you could do this very easily just by using a font and typing in your letters. Okay? So let me know what you think of this project. Please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. Every interaction that I get helps my channel to grow. If you like it, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below, and if you might want to try one of these for yourselves. After this is all dry, I will clean up these little scuff marks that were on the back of the board, and I will probably seal both sides of this sign with Mod Podge. Alright, this has been Crafting at Whimsy Wonderland. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.